think that is what has caused me to get on the front line and stomp like I do, Sock, because I know how this should be working.
Not only in street and gunfights activities that we see on the 6 o'clock news, but Mississippi was listed as the most corrupt state in the nation because it was the poorest state in the nation, and there's a correlation there. And so we had tremendous scandals at the highest level in our statement. We go back to the Department of Corrections scandal when Chris Epps was the leader over there at MDOC. And we had tremendous challenges with that. Then we had the welfare scandal that happened here not long ago, where all kinds of solid, established white people were caught up in scandals and charged with corruption. And so it happens at the highest level. But what you're going to see on the 6 o'clock news is you're going to see a Black person that got $50,000 or $10, or they did something wrong. I remember the mayor in Terry, they busted him at the airport over nothing.
And if I'm not mistaken, he got about 42 years on a $1,200 charge on the American Express or something like that.
Something crazy.
Right. You know, I guess I grew up at an early age. I grew up too fast. Let me say that, because I got a chance to see how Jackson really operated with the business people in this city. You know, I got a chance to see businesses supporting each other. You know, Black businesses didn't have to wonder about credit scores and whether or not a banker will help them. See, I grew up early. I grew up at a young age. I got a chance to see that, but I think that is what has caused me to get on the front line and stomp like I do, Sock, because I know how this should be working.
And you see it working in other cities. When I'm in Brandon and I look at the growth of that city, when I'm in Flowood, and Mayor Gary Rhodes, a personal friend of mine, is retired now. When I look at how they build those cities, Marcus, they build those cities by building a business class in the midst of that.